Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome back. And today we're going to be working from the idea box and making another pocket for my 1950s journal. I don't know how many more pockets I'm going to need. I've made quite a few for this journal now, and there's a few that come with the kits. I've got some with the Joey Card Maker kit and one or two others, so I'll have to have a look. So it may be that in future we'll be working with different papers for future journals. But for this week, I'm going to make just this one pocket, which I rather like. I may even make more than one, I'm not sure. Or we'll go back to last week's makes, the things we made from the masterboard, and do a bit of decorating on those. That's also what I thought I might do today. But I wanted to start with making this pocket because I really like it. I think it was one I had as my third option in the last make from the idea box, and I didn't get round to it. So I thought I'd do it today. And this one is just made from a piece of book page, which I haven't glued or anything, so I can see how it was made. So what I've done, instead of doing it on book page, I'm going to do it with some of the paper from the kit, and I've just cut it to the size of my book page. This is one of the pages from my old encyclopedias, but I thought it was a good size for this pocket. I liked it because you've got a variety of pockets there, lots of options for popping things in. And when I looked at it, I had the idea it needed to be double-sided paper, so I printed on both sides. But actually, when I looked at it closer, I thought, no, I don't really need to have done that. But that's what I did, because you're not going to see any of the inside because it's all folded in. So I can choose which one I wanted to have on the outside. But I think I'd like to have this one on the outside. So all I've got to do is fold in about 1/2 inch or so on the side from here. It gives it a nice folded edge. I don't know if that's straight, possibly. And then fold that over to match it up right to the edge as best I can, in the hope that it's a straight edge on the folded edge is straight. Go like that, and then fold it up for my little pocket like that. So it's a nice pocket. Not very hard to make at all. And if I'd realised, single-sided would have been absolutely fine, which is nice. You don't always have to have double-sided printing all the time to make a pocket, and sometimes it's only to turn a corner back or something. So that's what we've got. Now all I need to do is punch a few thumb holes and glue it down. That's it. Good to go. So I will just grab a glue page, because I want to glue down this edge. So this was from one of Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah's mass makes. I've written down number 54, so it must have been one of the first ones she did, and presumably she's done it again in her second and third series of mass makes. Whether she changed it at all, she sometimes does, or develops her idea a bit. So I don't know, I haven't rewatched it. I've literally just written down where it came from. If I remember, I'll try and look for the original and link it below, so you can see how Tina made hers. But I think I just made the one. I don't know if I made any others. I just liked the idea, and I thought, well, I'll just make a quick one, and then I've got it for future reference. And I don't think I've ever made one again. Right, so the next things, I've glued that down. Don't think I need that for the moment. And then we want to get out whatever size circle punch you like to use. So I want to punch. Where are we? The top one of this. Is this the folded bit? It is, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm going to do a punch. Get it round the right way. Might just help pull it out and punch it without all the other bits getting in my way. So I'm going to punch that. Just try and be central. Not too deep, it's only a small pocket. And then that's that one. And actually, the fact that it's double-sided means you can see a nice bit of colour on the other side, so actually that worked quite well. And then which one did I... Oh, and then you punched the whole... the two here. Is that lining up? I think I might try and make sure I line those up together. And punch those. And then the front one of these. Make sure, yep. And then we've got a nice long pocket. So we've got that and that. So now we just need to glue them down. Okay, well that's nice. And actually, yeah, it does look nice with the print on the other side. So yeah, I'm quite happy I did that in the end. So first of all, I need to glue this. I'm just going to make sure I glue it. Glue this bit. Got to glue along here, so this bit glues, and then that not glued. And now how am I going to do this? And those two need to be glued together, because then that pocket, yes. So I'll glue along here. Yeah, okay. Figuring it out in my head. Which bits I have to glue, because I didn't glue this one, so I can't remember how it was glued. I think actually I will glue along this, cut this edge here. Of course, the blue glue won't come out. So how are you, everybody? How are you doing? How are you getting some nice spring sunshine? Hope you haven't got any nasty lugs. I've not been in my craft room for a week, so kind of lost track a little bit, but because we went away for the weekend. Went to our friends in Norfolk, which I think I may have mentioned just once or twice last week. And so yeah, so this is my first time back filming. Oh, first of all, it won't come out. Now it's blobbing everywhere. So yeah, we had an absolutely wonderful time in Norfolk with our friends. I did a lot of shopping. We went to, there's a town called Wroxham, and it's got a lot of shops that seem to have been originally built or owned, or I don't know, by a guy called Roy. So there's a department store called Roy's. Then you've got Roy's Toys. I think there's Roy's Garden Centre. Maybe Roy's Supermarket, I don't know. Everything's Roy's. It's should have been called Roy's Town, really. So I'm just gluing this down here. And I think I've got this right. I'm just gluing the two top edges. Oops, here. Yeah, so we went in Roy's, the department store. It's not absolutely enormous, but it does have a lot. It's got 2 floors, has a lot of things, and I had a lovely time in there with my friend. We both did. Mooching around, we both ended up buying new handbags. And then we went upstairs. Well, I bought a load of birthday cards and things that I needed to stock up on, and some Easter crafting bits for Alyssa. And we went upstairs and I found a nice dress. So I bought that. Right, I'm going to now glue up the 2 sides. So this side. So yeah, it was a really fun little trip, and we had a bit of lunch while we were out. Went into Roy's Toys. I love that, Roy's Toys. And and got a nice ball for Arlo, so for him to kick around with his granddad, because he's getting to that age now. I think we thought always be nice to take him to the park and have a bit of a kick around with the ball. And we've just got him a nice little ball, just suitable for his age. So yeah, had a good time. We both enjoyed that because neither, it was something before she moved to Norfolk and before I moved to here. We used to go shopping together a lot, not all the time, but, once a month possibly, or, if there was a birthday coming up or Christmas or anything like that, we'd just go for a mooch over the town, and we just always enjoyed it, have a bit of lunch. It was just our thing that we used to love to do together. It's nice to go shopping with a friend and say, oh, what do you think of this? Where should we go next? And, it's just nice to do. And really, neither of us have somebody to do that with now. So whenever I go down there, we've always got, right, we're going to have a shopping trip. And we always enjoy it. It's a treat. And I always spend a fortune. Well, I didn't spend a fortune, that's not true. I bought a few things, but I didn't spend a fortune. Just bought a few nice little things. Right, so that's the pocket, and of course, because I was chatting, I forgot to ink before I stuck it down, which was annoying. Because obviously this one, you can't really see the pocket now. So I don't know if I'll be able to get in there without, well, maybe if I did pull it away from its moorings from the gluing, if it's not quite glued, I'll just re-glue, just so I can get a little bit of ink in there and define the edge of the pocket, which I'd like to do. Okay, and this one. I really shouldn't talk on craft, but it's nice to catch up with you guys and let you know what we've been up to. Yeah, we had, it was a really lovely weekend. It was very sunny, quite chilly because I'm not quite near the Norfolk coast. It wasn't warm. We were wearing warm jumpers and things, but it's lovely even when it's cold, or chilly rather than really cold. It's still nice to have the sunshine, isn't it? Just makes you feel brighter and more like doing things. And Richard and I were staying in a converted barn, single story, which suited us fine. And it was beautiful. It was beautifully done, really all underfloor heating, so it was warm, and it was lots of windows and skylights, so it was really bright and cheerful and welcoming. And quite modern, they'd done it all quite beautifully inside, lovely kitchen. I mean, it's a shame we were only there for a few days, really. We were only there for 3 days. But it was really nicely done, so we enjoyed that. Because we always seem to stay somewhere different. Some, a bit more quirky than others, but this is one of the nicest places we've stayed since we've been going down there. I think we might like to try it again. And it's only a quarter of an hour from where my friends live, so that worked very well. Right, so we have our little pocket. So we've got, where's my little ruler? So we have a pocket here, and a pocket here, and a little pocket here. And of course you can have a side tuck. You can put it in either way and have something tucking in at the side. So that's quite a nice little versatile pocket. And maybe we should see if we've got anything to put in the pocket. Should we see what I've got that we can put in? And then it's properly finished. So I did wonder if I've got all those pieces I made last time from the masterboard. Just got them sitting here waiting to be decorated. And thought if I could find one of those to go in this big pocket particularly, because they're all quite big tags. There's a couple of quite narrow ones. I've got this one which I think might fit. Oh, it's even got that little bit, the same bit of paper on it. I wonder if this is going to be a good size to go in here. Is it too big? Oh, it's it's a little bit too wide. A little bit too wide, and I think the others are a bit too narrow. How about this one? Well, actually, that wouldn't be bad in there. A bit tall. I don't hate that in there. I quite like it. Yeah, that was this one with the dress, and I think the colour goes quite nice with it. I quite like that. I've got this little stamp thing that was part of the Joey card maker kit, and I just wanted to put that up there, so I'm just going to do that. What's this in here? Oh, scrap paper. So I might just pop that on there. Let me glue dried out a bit. Forgot to put the top on. Not before I went away, but just I was doing a little something a little while ago. And I might just put that on there. And I think it'd be nice to have something down here. Got some little bits of ephemera in this box. See if there's anything that would work. Got this little car. I don't know if that would look odd on here. Maybe not. Maybe the car will go over here with her. Yes, you can wait, Mrs. You're over there. Little label or something. Have I got anything suitable? Doesn't really have many small labels here. What's this? It's a platform ticket. It's a bit big. Right, let's have a look, see what else I might have. Got a few other little bits lurking around on my desk that I thought could be used for something. That's a bit dark. Just some little labely, tickety things. Just to fill out the space, really. Postcode. No, I don't think that quite works on there with the birds. I think I had some more. Little teeny tiny postcards. By this little typewriter. Let's have a look. Let's tidy this up. Yeah, a little typewriter there. Nice little postcard. Yeah, I think that might work all right. She could be a secretary, couldn't she? This could be her typewriter. But anyway, just going to, where are we? Yes. Ink around these bits and see how they look. Don't know where this came from. I don't know if it could be a sticker actually. I think it might possibly be. Yes, it is. Okay, I'll just ink around it. I don't need to glue it. And this, we won't read that, it's toothache drops. But I'm going to cover those words up. It's just a little bit of ephemera, just to give a bit of interest to that space. Something like that. maybe actually do it that way round. Quite like the little postcard, little stamp to be on display, something like that. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. We'll just put those on there just to make it a little bit more interesting down the bottom. I wasn't going to do that side, was I? No, I wasn't. I was going to do it this side, cover up the word too thick with my typewriter. This was going to go next. Cracking up there. Sort of thing that young ladies used to do in the 50s, isn't it? They used to go and do typing. I think my mum was a typist. There we are. So we have that. And then there's something here. Let's just I'll just cut a hole. Big or small? Big, I think. Actually, I'm wondering whether to use I might use my slot punch actually for this. I haven't used that for ages. So long since I've used it, it got wedged into the pot that it lives in. Right. Let's pop this in here. There we go. Slot. I might put a little bit of. Let's have a little bit of lace, shall we? A little bit of lace going through there. Needs to be fairly narrow. And maybe this piece would be good. This one's coming unravelled. Ouch, just pricked myself. Oh dear, ow. Nope, no blood, it's okay. Let's pop that through. It should be really easy because it's not too wide, but there we go. I got it. I've got it. Oh, come on, just cut it off and then tie it. It'll be easier. I'm trying to tie it before I cut it. Right, I've probably got way too much now. Yep, just trim this a little bit. Okay, so we got a bit of lace. don't want it all quite like that. Right, that's what we've got. I might trim it a bit more. So we're going to have that one in there. And I wonder if this will go here because it's got the colour. This was just in my pot. I don't know where these little labelly things came from, but they're the perfect colour. Might just put that on the front with something. Right. Okay, so we can have that maybe down here, possibly. So I would want to see if I've got anything to go in this pocket here. I've got all the bits of ephemera that come with the kit. I've got little pockets, and there are a few taggy bits that may or may not fit. That's a kind of, that's a tag. Don't know if the colour would work, but will that fit? Ooh, it's just a little bit too wide. That's a shame. Like this piece. I may have to make something, of course. That would fit. I'm not sure I like the colour though on here. It would probably look better on the other side, on the background colour. No, I don't like that on there, even though it fits beautifully. Would it fit in the side one? Maybe it'll look better there. Would go in here. Yeah, still not quite right. I can't get it out now. Right. Okay. So no, I don't have anything. Don't know if I've got anything else that's just the right size. I've got these tags from Joey Cardmaker, but I think they're all too tall. Could cut one down, I suppose. Seemed a bit of a shame. That's quite nice. Looking upside down. So it doesn't really go with the background tag at all, does it? No. Like this one. This one would work quite nicely actually. It's not too bad. Yeah, I think this one would work actually quite well in here. Behind there. I might just want to put something on here. Might see if one of my ladies would go on here. One of these ladies might be quite nice on there. There's my tag. Got to make sure the size is right and the colours show up. Is she too blendy? I need something that will stand out a bit more, I think. I'm not sure about those colours together. Kind of like her on there. Yeah, she's pretty much the same colour as the background. She might be too blendy, but because she's got the flowers, it might be better. She might go on there. She's probably a bit tall. Yeah, her head's going to go over the little hole. What about the other one? About the smaller size. They'd both go on there, wouldn't they? Is that too blendy? Let's see if I've got something else that would work. No, that is definitely not going to work. What about one of my Gale girls? Gales gals? No, that doesn't work at all. They either clash or they blend too much, don't they? Ooh, she'd have gone on. She'd have gone quite well on there. I have to bear these in mind. I think I've used one of her clones on another pocket. She might look okay. Her or this lady in yellow. Might try cutting a couple of these out and just see which one looks best once they're actually cut out, because sometimes you can't really tell till you put the colour next to it. So I'll just do that. I'll just quickly cut these out. Right, I've got these all cut out now. You really didn't need to see me doing that. That took a while. Quite fiddly because they're small. So I thought I'd just see which one I liked on here. I quite like that. Let's see, the yellow. I don't know about the yellow. Not sure about that. This one I think will go really well, but I think it goes almost too well. Yeah, they almost disappear on there, don't they, really? So I think I'm going to go with this young lady here. She's rather sweet, very bright and cheerful. I'm just wondering whether to put something behind her, just to give her a little bit of background. And I've got a strip of the, this is from the magazine that I'm using, the 50s magazine, and I thought, well, I could use a bit of text, perhaps, from this magazine and see how that looks behind, because it'll be kind of authentic because it's 50s. Could see, otherwise I'll use some of my usual bit of book page. I think I need a longish piece. I really don't know how this will look behind her. Might look really odd. I don't know. Let's take a piece of this off. Let's see. No, it's a bit too much. No, let's see. I think that's a bit long as well. No, is that too busy now behind her? I think it is. I think it's a bit busy because she's got quite a busy dress. Don't know if I like that. Maybe some cheesecloth. Just to give her a little bit of something behind her. I think I might go for some that's not been coffee dyed. That may be the wrong choice, I don't know. Strip of this. Let's give this a go. I quite like that, I think. don't think I mind too much if it's not cut perfectly straight, because once you've frayed it up a bit, it tends to go a little bit wonky anyway, doesn't it? Let's just trim it down a bit, it's a little too wide. Get it frayed up a little bit. How are we doing? Okay, yep, I'm happy with that. Trim off, don't need these really long bits. Okay, I'm just going to glue it on. I think I might like a word or something. Ooh. Okay. Nope. Some of this keeps coming up. Some of it's glued and some of it isn't. Try and do a better job. I think that's more or less okay. If I put her on top, it should, with any luck, hold everything down. So yeah, it's taken a minute just to fill the pockets in this little pocket, fill the pockets in the pocket, but saves the job when we come to put it in the journal, doesn't it? To get these done now. I'm wondering, I wonder if I've got any little flowers that I could put down here. Might have, just a sec. Yes, I've got something that I could possibly use there. I've got a little butterfly. Is that too big? Oh, it's a bit big. That wasn't what I was looking for. Just thought it might work. These are all Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah, tiny pieces of ephemera. There's so many of them, it's hard to look through to find just the one you want. I knew what I was looking for, but I don't know if I've got any. Yes, I have. A little bouquet of yellow flowers, which I thought might go quite well. She's holding yellow flowers. Is it a bit big? Have it going off the edge. Could have that. So I cut that off a bit, not with those scissors. Rather than gluing it and trimming it, I think I'd like to cut it and then we'll see. I think that's what I might do, just to see if it's going to work. If I cut it up there. I didn't do a great job of cutting it, but I could trim it further. I've just got those flowers off to in the corner, and label here is too big. That's too big. I wonder if I've got anything else that would just pop behind there. Now I ended up with a stamp. Sorry, stop muttering to myself. I'm just going to have a quick look. Oh, I could do her eyes gleamed. I saw something. Oh, I saw all her dreams would come true. I think it's too long. I'm going to have her eyes gleamed. That's what I'm going to put on there. Or Tim Holtz clippings stickers, apparently. Whoops. Upside down. Eyes gleamed. I'm going to go down there, and this is going to just glue on. And then I think, I'll just need to punch a hole, won't I, on top of that tag. Do that there, kind of over to the edge, so there, like that. Okay. Punch my hole. And I might put a little something through there. Got a bit of sari silk, that's about the right colour, I would say. Did I mention, I don't know if I did, that I have backed this onto some lovely old book page. It's a nice cream book page that I had out of a nature book. Got a bit of glue stuck on the back. So yeah, I did back this when I was finished doing the fussy cutting. Save a bit of time. So it's a nice sturdy back tag now. Yeah, and I like the colour of that. It picks up the colours in the design. It's just a bit long. Okay, good. So that is that. Get rid of all these little bits. Knocking about. I just seem to surround myself with so much stuff. Okay, so I'm going to put that in there. I think that goes nicely in there. Not entirely sure it goes with this tag now, so I might change that. Might change my mind on the one that goes in here. And I still want to put something in here, so I did also pull out, I've got a little piece of Tim Holtz from Ephemera pack, just a piece of backing card, and I thought, well, that would go in there quite well. It's a little wide, because it's going to show where I punch this. That can show through, so I don't want it to be quite as tall as that. So I'm just going to have to trim it down a touch. And then I need to cover it with some really nice coordinating paper. See what I can find. So I could actually cut this top bit off because it's too long. How long does it need to be? Because it's a bit tricky to cover with this hole here, and I don't really need it to be that long, do I? Only needs to go in about that far. So I might just cut it about there, and then I don't have to worry too much about cutting both sides. I've got to make it even. Just need to make it the right size for the pocket. So that goes in there like that, and then I can, yeah, that's just sticking out enough. Make that into a tag. Tricky to get out. So let me just find a bit of paper to cover this back and front. I did wonder if this might be too small for here. I don't know, this might be too big an image, but I've got this armchair image, and we've got on the tag here, I don't know if you saw, if you can tell, it's got little armchairs all over it. So I did wonder if I could cut an armchair, but it might be too big. So I might just try that, see how it would fit. Cut that off. This is from the Crafty Cat 50s Places, and I thought, well, maybe I can use some of those pieces, although they're quite big scenes. Maybe I can find small areas of them that would work to cover tags and journal cards and things. I could try that. Let's just see, would it fit? I might lose my cup of tea, or I could have the cup of tea and just lose a bit of the chair. Let's see. No. Okay, I'm going to cut across the top of the mantelpiece here and just see how it looks on here. It may not work at all, but I thought it might be something different. Let's have a look. So I could have a bit of a cup of tea, a bit of the cup, lose a bit of that, lose a bit of the chair. It just gives it a little, but I'll get the window. Yeah, I'm just going to try that, I think. Just try and bring in some different images for the tags and things, and it would tie in with the other tag. I've just glued all over my little piece of card. Where are we? Let's see. Idea of it, having a bit of fireplace, and let's just try trimming it. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah, so we've still got most of the chair and a little bit of the cup, so you can, the idea of it sort of sitting by the fireplace, looking out onto a beautiful garden through the window, having a cup of tea. Quite like that. Right, so I just need to back it. See what I can find. Right, I've got this nice piece of kind of greeny blue paper, so I think that would work quite well on there. So let's just do the same again. Just glue that on. Right, so we'll just give it a little tag shape, I think. Go with this one. How big will that be? Yeah, I think I will. I think I'll give it the larger tag shape, even though it's a little tag. Doesn't want to clip it because it's quite thick. I might just clip those little corners, a little clip too. Right, that goes there. Right, let's see, maybe I need a little topper for this too. Let's see how it fits in. Don't want it to show right above the top of here. So shall I put a little something across the edge there? I could put a little bit of this across there, couldn't I? Yeah, I could. Yes, I could. It's got lots of fluffy bits of it, but I think that's what I might do with this. It's quite difficult to pull out. Okay, so I am going to kind of ruffle this bit of sari silk off the top there. And where's my glue? I hope this will work. Nope, not that way. I need the... It's been a while since I've been in here and I forgot to take the fine tip off. Put this on here like that. And then I'm just going to squeeze it a little bit. Sorry, excuse my hands, I'm just trying to hold it in a sort of slightly roughly kind of way. It wants to stick to me more than to the paper. Okay, so I messed up again. Haven't done it in a while, but it does happen now and again. I thought I turned the camera back on. I had to change my battery, as often happens. Thought I turned it on, and clearly I hadn't turned on the actual filming part. So I just carried on chatting and decorating my pocket. and I hadn't got the camera on, so I'm so sorry. You haven't really missed very much. I got this pocket. I was just finishing putting this bit of sari silk on to go inside here, and I had explained that I've changed my mind about the pocket, the tag to go in here. I'm going to put this tag instead in here, but I haven't decorated it. I'll do that off camera. I think I'm going to use this image here, this lovely lady from my magazine with a bit of lace behind her. I think that's what I want to do on there, and I think that goes better in this pocket. And all I've done is I put a couple of little bits of trim on there just to make the pocket look a little bit more, a little bit prettier really. And these little bits on this bottom pocket, so I had a little label, this image here that had a kind of 50s look to me, had the same colours as the kits I'm using. I have no idea where it came from. I think it was in a pack or something. So it had the car and the colours, and then I put a little Tracy label with from 1958. It says 1958, so I thought it worked there. And I got to the point when I've just decided it needed a little something here, and I realised I hadn't put the camera on. So I didn't get very far, because I've nearly finished. I mean, I've been here for ages. So I was spending a little bit of time delving in my pot, trying to find, I'd got some little bows that came with one of the kits, and I thought, how would that look there? I'm not sure about it now. I've got this little tiny, I'm not sure. Or do I want to put a little flower on there? I might just think about that. I'm not sure about the bow, having spent a while finding it. I don't know if I like it. Excuse me. I'm a bit dry now, talking too much. So I think we'll leave it there. I should pop this in this little pocket here. I think that works quite nicely. And we've got this lovely lady to go in the back pocket here. And then we will have this tag when it's finished to go in the bun at the back. So that's my video for today. That was using this Tina inspired book page pocket. That goes there, and I'm really pleased how that's turned out. I think it goes lovely. It will go lovely in my 50s journal, and that's another piece of ephemera made. So thank you for joining me today. Sorry about the little blip, didn't miss very much, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.